Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. I hope that wherever you are happy and healthy, beautiful, and blessed. Right now the time is approximately 10:55 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Tonight is the night after the full moon in Aries, so the moon is waning in Aries, but tomorrow morning the moon will be waning in Taurus. I have the honor and pleasure of doing two more than a walkthrough series with two different LGBTQIAPlus tarot decks. One is the Pride Tarot, a collaborative deck published by US Game Systems, and of course we need to pay attention to Isis because Isis is hissing because she's annoyed about something in the world. I inadvertently woke her up a little while ago because Durga got a little too close to the chair and I was moving back and didn't realize how close she was to the chair, so when she yelped a little bit, she's fine by the way. I'm the one that's still recovering. Yes. Anyway, so the other one is the Mystic Male Tarot created by John C. Jennison Jr., published by Astonishing Queer Tales, and I wanted to continue that series because, you know, it's only 22 cards, it's a major arcana deck. I should be done soon, right? So, I'm going to have my awesome audio, oh my goddess, Isis, please, please. And while my awesome audiovisual person does a close-up of Durga the cat, formerly known as Durga the kitten, because you know how much I love showing you my beautiful cats when they are featured in my videos or in the vicinity of the videos. And she looks so beautiful, and she's clearly recovered from having been, you know, whatever with the chair. I'm the one that's still recovering, but that's another story. Okay, let me focus. So, here is the cover of the Mystic Male Tarot box. I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person do a close-up of the front of the box, and then I'm going to have him do a close-up of the back of the box. As soon as you tell me when it's done, it's time. And you can see at the bottom the Astonishing Queer Tales logo. And of course, I am going to talk about the card we're going to do today, which is called the Sovereign in this tarot deck, but it is more commonly known as the Empress. And of course, for those of you who follow along, and for those of you who've been using the tarot for a while, you know that the Empress card, Trump 3, is astrologically aligned with the planet Venus. In magical traditions, Friday is the day of Venus. So this video had to happen on a Friday, on a day of Venus. So here is the back of the card design of the Mystic Male Tarot, and it matches beautifully with the sheet set that I use for extra comfort on my chair. Yes, it does. And here is the front of the card. I want to talk a little bit about the imagery of the card. So, of course, because it is called the Mystic Male Tarot, just like in the Sage, more commonly known as the High Priestess, it depicts a man. So, of course, it makes sense to have it be renamed. And I've always been fond of tarot decks where they rename the cards. So the Sovereign, the sovereignty of the goddess, the sovereignty of goddess energy, or of goddessness, as I would say. I love the corset, which seems to be a little too big on this one, so, you know, he's kind of skinny. I would say a skinny bitch, because, you know, skinny bitch. I'm not a skinny bitch, clearly, so. But yeah, you know, the corset looks a little loose on him, so maybe he needs to, like, eat a little more, you know? I love the mini skirt. I love the crown because, you know, the Empress is traditionally crowned with 12 stars. The sheaves of wheat in the background is very, very Demeter, because in some tarot decks, the goddess represented on the Empress card is Demeter, the Greek goddess of springtime, abundance, and grain. And keep in mind that Demeter's Roman sister is Charis. Charis gives us the word cereal, you know, that food that's made with grain, that's usually eaten in the daytime, you know, like for breakfast. Okay, so I'm going to read what Mr. Jennison Jr. wrote about the Empress card in the guidebook. The Sovereign. Roman numeral 3, Venus. Inner and outer beauty drive this card. An abundance of love and nurturing are present both for the self and the people around you, as in the questioner, the one having the reading. And if the shadow side is revealed, which is the upside down, because in this tarot deck, the upright is the light side, the upside down is the shadow side. So the shadow side depends on the outside world for validation and distracts from creative endeavors. So sometimes, and I love that interpretation. The shadow side depends on the outside world for validation. So it could be easy to say, given this perspective and given this interpretation, that if one is casting the cards with this Sovereign card from the Mystic Male Tarot, or from the Empress card in a more traditionally named tarot deck, that it's about the questioner, the client, the seeker, the querent, being too preoccupied with the outside world's opinion of that person. I love that the astrological association of the Empress card, or in this case the Sovereign card, is Venus. In most traditional tarot decks, the Empress is pregnant, so it is symbolic of motherhood. And it is interesting to note there is a school of thought that says that the major arcana cards are more indicative of the people in our lives, more so than the court cards. And you know, it's funny, I remember, I'm not going to share that right now. It's kind of relevant, but I'm actually going to leave it for another video, for another time, for another day. But I do feel that this card is also about the maternal instincts of the questioner. So this is an indication, and especially if the Empress card has come out in your readings lately, so maybe you need to mother yourself more, maybe you need to nourish and nurture yourself more, and not just with maternal energies or maternal comfort, but also with food, with sleep, with vitamins, with minerals, with music, with dance, with things that fill your body and soul with love and pleasure. I love the Venusian aspect of the Sovereign card because it is a reminder to focus on cultivating and healing one's inner beauty so that that beautiful, loving, healing radiance is reflected outward, is radiated outward. I smiled a little bit because Durga the cat, formerly known as Durga the kitten, is beginning to discover what a ring light is. She was like pawing it a little bit at the edge. It was very, very cute. And she was pawing it gently. I love that about Durga. She's very mindful of her surroundings. You know, when she needs me, you know, like the kneading thing, she almost never uses her claws. So she really is mindful of, like, you know, taking extra special care not to cause me any pain. Durga, 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 are you going to do something I don't like? I hope not. Durga, Durga. I'm beginning to think she's going to do something I don't like, so... That was a can of air, by the way. It's a wonderful deterrent for your cats when you don't want them to do something that you don't want them, so that they don't do something you don't want them to do, especially if they're moving in the direction of doing it. But I digress. YouTube, as always, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. I would love to hear from you, especially if you have the Mystic Male Tarot, if you are in the process of acquiring your own copy, if you have used readings with it already. I am actually not going to use this tarot deck for readings until after I conclude this More Than a Walkthrough series, although I am looking forward to using it for readings, especially when I cast the cards for myself. I can actually see myself doing my own tarot challenge for using with the Mystic Male Tarot, although I'm long overdue to do a tarot challenge, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. But anyway, I wish all of you many blessings of love and light, prosperity and peace. I look forward to your comments, likes, shares, subscriptions, and of course, I look forward to you scheduling your sessions as well. Good night, Many blessings, and stay tuned for the next video.